Hi everyone, it's Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com with the latest little movie review special. And today we're going to, we're going to look at 1917, which is obviously getting a lot of love out there, isn't it? This 1917 movie. I don't think I need to tell you too much what it's about, but I will. It's an hour and 59 minutes. It's a 15 rating, so obviously not an 18 as you'd think. I mean, in the old days with the British Board of Film Classification, obviously you could have quite a lot of violence in films, but as long as it was true and realistic, it always got away with 12 or 15 ratings. So for 1917, we got a 15 rating, which in my opinion is a little high. I think a 12 rating would have been quite adequate, to be honest with you. It's a war drama, and it's about the Western Front, and two British soldiers are sent to deliver an urgent message to an isolated regiment. If the message is not received in time, the regiment will walk into a trap and be massacred. To get to the regiment, they will need to cross through enemy territory. Time is of the essence, and the journey will be fraught with danger. It's directed by Sam Mendes and also written by Sam Mendes along with Christy Wilson-Cairns. Star-wise, I think they're mainly British stars from what I could see on the film. I'm not too sure there's any US actors in there, but obviously it's mainly British people. George Mackay, Dean Charles Chapman, Mark Strong, Andrew Scott, Richard Madden, Claire Duburk, Colin Firth and Benedict Cumberbatch. So a couple of big names in there, but obviously the main character is not too well known. The background to the film, filming took place between April and June 2019, both in England and Scotland, with cinematographer Roger Deakins using long takes to have the entire film appear as one continuous shot, which is nice. It's nice to have a film that goes from A to Z, isn't it? As a start, be a middle and an ending, which this one does. It premiered in the UK on the 4th of December last year, 2019, and was theatrically released in the United States on the 25th of December, so Christmas Day over in the US, by Universal Pictures. And it was released in the United Kingdom on the 10th of January, so about 10 days ago. I'm recording this on the 21st of January. The film was praised by critics for Mendes' direction, the performances, cinematography, musical score, sound effects, and realism. Among its various accolades up to now, the film's received 10 nominations for the Oscars for the 92nd Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. So that's 10 nominations, pretty hefty number. At the 77th Golden Globe Awards, the film won Best Motion Picture, Drama, and Best Director. And at the 73rd British Academy Film Awards, the BAFTAs, it received 9 nominations. It's also won the Producers Guild of America Award for Best Theatrical Motion Picture. So it's got a good pedigree. The box office, as at 20th of January 2020, it's grossed $81.6 million in the United States and Canada and $61.9 million in other countries. So total so far of 143.5 million, and it will go far more, especially if it does win any of those Oscars. Is it as good as they say? Well, the critics like it. The critics have given it an overall rating of 7.9 out of 10, so that's the Metascore rating. So that's taken from all the critics who've seen this. The lowest score was only 7 out of 10, so for a low score, that's pretty high. Some of the comments from the critics: 1917 is a rattling wonder of form, an audacious undertaking that nonetheless bobbles or cheats on a few occasions. The movie is more successful as a thriller. There's a thoughtful examination of war and its horrors. Mendes seems less interested in bigger ideas about the nightmare of battle and its effects on his characters than he is in Hitchcockian audience manipulation. Also, another comment from another critic: 1917 is Mendes' most purely ambitious and passionate picture since his misunderstood and underappreciated Jarhead back in 2020 or 2005. It's bold, thrilling filmmaking. So, as I said, quite positive from the critics, 7.9 out of 10. Joe Public, you and me? Well, there's a bit of negativity out there, but it's getting an overall Internet Movie Database rating of 8.6 out of 10, which is really healthy. Some people walked out of the cinema and said they didn't like it and don't know what all the hype is about, but they are in the minority. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film's hold an approval rating of 89% based on 357 reviews, and has an average rating of 8.4 out of 10, so very similar to the Internet Movie Database. The site's critics' consensus reads, hard-hitting, immersive, and an impressive technical achievement. Well, as for me, my review, MGN review, which will feature on one of my blogs for Movie Game Nostalgia, and I go on to say, I liked 1917, but it didn't blow me away. I appreciate the cinematography, but somehow, apart from a few strategically placed rats and dead bodies, I didn't feel it captured the real horror of what this must really have been like. The trenches and the soldiers looked all a little too smart and normal, despite the efforts at poignancy with soldiers singing and others looking on, etc. And soldiers sat there trying to sleep, trying to chat, and trying to it just all looked a little bit too clean. All the trenches, both the British trenches and the German trenches, which we see. After all, this was 1917. I mean, the horror of trench warfare was not new to the British anyway. I don't feel that the desperation and total atmosphere of that time and what it must have felt like, I just don't feel it came across in the movie. But on the positive side, as an action film, it was excellent. I did want our heroes to complete their mission. The rifle battles were very good. I was convinced live ammunition was being used. So yeah, I mean, the actual shoot of the guns and the actual action that I thought was absolutely superb. It was very, very realistic. I was convinced live ammunition was being used, and I enjoyed the film that went from A to Z in the storyline. But similarly to another film I watched back in 2017, which was quite liked, it got good reviews, Dunkirk. I thought that was a similar thing as well. It just lacked the sort of atmosphere, it lacked the tense, it lacked the horror, I think, and it all seemed a little bit sanitized to me. So my overall rating was an okay, but sadly not a war classic, and I give it an MGN rating. My rating, personal rating, just 7 out of 10, which is okay. I mean, I give a 6 out of 10 is my watchable score. So I give 1917 a 7 out of 10. I just think it missed out a little bit. I enjoyed it as a film. I enjoyed it as a thriller, which I think one of the other critics mentioned early doors. But as a hard-hitting time, tale of the times, which is what it was, it just didn't seem right to me. All the uniforms were too nice. All these, I assume these units haven't just arrived on the front. I mean, they had the look. I mean, some were being sent over for to go into battle on first and second waves. I assume these were supposedly hardened troops. I'm not looked into the fact-based thing of it. It's not based on a true story of any sort. So I just thought they would have all been a bit more bedraggled, mentally a bit more weary, even though obviously our heroes, obviously as they progressed through, obviously became a bit more bedraggled and war weary and scared and frightened. And that's a feeling, that's what I miss from the film. I miss that feeling of being scared and frightened and terrified. As I said, this wasn't 1915 when they were first all going thinking it's all going to be over in a few months. This was 1917 when the war and all the horrors were being passed back. I'm thinking of the Wilfred Owen poems, the war poems, wonderful, tremendous, atmospheric stuff. And to me, 1917 didn't sort of capture that as a 90s. So as a true biopic, if you like, no, it was nothing. It's not based on a true story. It's just a thriller. And Mendes has just done an action thriller, in my opinion, that is really good to watch from an action thriller point of view. But from something to show your kids and saying this is what it was like, no, it's an action thriller, and that's all there is to it. Anyway, I enjoyed that. If you agree with me, please put in the comments below. I mean, we've all got different opinions. I mean, as I said, some people walked out of the cinema and said it was utter guff, but I mean, no, as a film, as an action thriller, I liked it. So 7 out of 10 was my score. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Put in the comments below what you think. Follow me on Twitter at nostalgia_movie, and all my blogs and movie reviews appear on there. Please push the subscribe button. That'd be great, and give us a thumbs up if you like it or you don't like it. It doesn't matter if you don't agree with me. I mean, just please, that's all everyone's opinions, isn't it? It doesn't really matter. Push the bell notifications when you know when these reviews are coming out. And obviously, if you get along to moviegamenostalgia.com, I do a lot of rarer DVDs, poster movie reviews, and obviously board game reviews, and all the stuff's on there on moviegamenostalgia.com. So please have a browse around there. Anything you'd have to just give us a shout. I can hopefully sort you out. I'm on Facebook at Bernardini with links to moviegamenostalgia.com. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be doing another one very soon. I hope you join me for that. What are you going to do with the rest of your day? Have a great one. Look after yourself. Look after your friends. Look after your family. Go out and watch 1917. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. See you all again. Bye-bye.